How much bank balance do you need to study in Canada as an international student so that you can meet the requirements for your visa application so that you don't have to face a visa rejection in the long term? And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today in this video, where you will learn how to prepare in advance for your fund requirements for your Canada student visa application. Before I get into the details of the video, if you really want to know what's the cost of study in Canada, make sure that you download the guide from the comment section below. Just click the link below and download it. It's going to give you all the details related to your cost of study, how much you can make as an international student, and how much you really need to show for your Canada student visa application. It's really helpful, so make sure to grab a copy of that. What's happening, everybody? My name is Z, and you may have seen me in the past before making helpful videos for students just like you who are planning on studying abroad. I share advanced tips related to admissions, visa, and career development once you move abroad so that you can become successful as an international student. So if you want to stay tuned to more of my content, make sure to subscribe, like, so you get an update every time I post a new video. That being said, today's video topic is extremely important because not only students, but parents also become a big obstacle when it comes to a student's visa approval or visa rejection chances. You might be wondering, how's that? Let's first talk about what a student and a parent does. Students often wait for their exams are over to start their admission and visa application process. And the mistake parents make is they expect the student to finish their exams and all that stuff, then start their admission, and then they start worrying about the visa process. The biggest contribution a parent has in the entire application process is their funds, and they need to make sure that they groom up their funds early on, at least 8 to 12 months in advance, and make sure you have clean bank statements. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering today, as to how much bank balance you need to show and how do you need to show your bank statements for your Canada student visa application. Let's first dive into the industry misconceptions. You may have heard that if you can only show 30 lakhs taka or 40 lakhs taka, you can move abroad, you can study abroad as an international student. This is a trap or a scam set by most agencies in Bangladesh, and let me tell you why. There is absolutely no chance you can show 30 lakhs in funds and be able to move abroad. There's two reasons why people still claim that they did. Look, no one is going to come up and tell you the actual funds they have shown in their visa application. The reason being, they're afraid you might tell other people that they showed a lot more money and they might run into tax problems. So just because your uncle or someone that you know is telling you that they showed 30 lakhs in their funds, it's a lie. They're not trying to disclose their full income and funds because they're afraid of the tax allegations that may come from it. So don't believe it when your relative says that they only showed that much money. They have definitely shown more. And you will find out shortly why you need to show more than 30 lakhs. The second scam that you're going to come across is agencies telling you that 30 lakhs is enough. The reason this is an utter lie is because agents really don't care whether your visa gets approved or not. The agencies tell you that you can show only 30 lakhs and be able to move abroad. They say you don't need to show IELTS and you can move abroad. The reasons they say this is because they're not in the business of sending students abroad. They are in the business of giving you loans. So whenever you get attracted to the whole 30 lakhs thing, most likely it probably is because you don't have the funds to show, right? Which means they're going to give you a loan. They're connected to banks and they're going to give you a loan. Guess what? They are going to give you a loan with giving you the hope that you may get your visa with 30 lakhs. What happens is 99% of the time you're not going to get your visa, but what's going to happen is the interest rate that you had paid to the bank, they have a backdoor commission or an affiliation with the bank where they get a cut out of that interest rate. So you're going to be the one who's a loser, but they're going to be the one winning from taking a chunk of your interest money that you had given to the bank that you cannot claim anymore. So that's the kind of business they're in. So you need to be aware of who you're talking and make sure you're talking to a trustworthy counselor. Now that the misconceptions are out of the way, let's talk about what IRCC, or Immigration Refugees Canada, really wants you to show for your Canada student visa application in terms of bank balance. There are two parts to this. One is funds and one is income. In terms of funds, IRCC expects that you show at least 1 year of living and 1 year of tuition expenses. On average, if you're planning on studying at a good institution like a good university or a college, you need to be paying at least 25 to 28,000 Canadian dollars. So let's just assume you're going to be paying $22,000 just to be more conservative with the numbers, okay? Let's say you have to show $22,000 in terms of your tuition expenses. And guess what? Your living expenses are going to be about 12,000 to 15,000 Canadian dollars per year. So if you do the math on that, so 22 plus 13,000, I would say that's about 35,000 Canadian dollars. Now, guys, look, Bangladesh is a developing country. If you really convert that 35,000 Canadian dollars to Bangladeshi taka, it's going to be about 23 lakhs. Now, you might be saying, well, Z, that's enough, right? Well, here's the thing. IRCC knows we're a developing country, and they know we're moving abroad to stay there and just settle there and maybe not even take our studies seriously. So they want serious applicants. Especially for Bangladesh, it's highly recommended that you show at least 2 years of tuition fees and 1 year of living expenses. And that recommendation comes down to 22,000 times 2, which is 44,000 Canadian dollars, plus $13,000 on top of that. So 44 plus $13,000, that's about $57,000. Okay, so convert that into Bangladeshi taka, and that comes down to about 45 lakhs in Bangladeshi taka. So if you're planning on pursuing a 2-year program, if you can show 45 lakhs in terms of your funds, but however, because I have an agency, we also help students move abroad. We help them with their entire admissions, visa, and career development process, right? So we have experimented with all types of funds, and we always notice that if you can show 50 to 55 lakhs for a 2-year program, which is a master's or a college diploma, you will be in the green zone. Any less than 50 lakhs is always going to put you in the risk whether your visa is going to get approved or not. But if you're planning on studying a 4-year program, which is an undergraduate program, you must show at least 60 to 65 lakhs or more in terms of your funds, and this way you're going to be in the green zone. So that's all for funds. Now, the one thing that's important is income. Your sponsor should be able to show at least 1.2 to 1.5 lakhs in income per month to meet their income requirements for Canada's student visa application. Now, you might be wondering, well, see, my father or my sponsor doesn't really have that much income. What can we do? Don't worry about it. If you have money lying around, you can be groomed up. Same thing for your funds. If you don't have the funds right now, but maybe you can sell a property, maybe you can get a loan, maybe you can borrow the money from someone, don't worry, we can help you, okay? All you have to make sure is that you need to gather the funds. If you don't have the funds, nobody can help you, okay? But if you're open to collecting the funds, there is always a solution. Now that you know about the funds requirement and the income requirement, let's talk about the things you must not do for your Canada student visa application related to funds. The number one thing that you should do is always prepare your bank statements at least 8 to 12 months early. What Canada Visa Office does is they actually look into the income transaction history of your bank account. We have seen lately a lot of visas getting refused given the fact that IRCC is actually checking whether you had such type of transactions even before the 6 months of statements that you have shown. And what's happening is students are just starting on the 6th month and they don't have any prior history in their accounts. This is why a lot of students are getting their visas refused. Also, making large deposits within the 6 months before your application is also a big no-go. Don't make any large transactions before that, and also don't take FDR only as a loan and only show that as a loan. You should show a good balance of savings account, FDR accounts, and enough income coming into your savings accounts. These are just a few of the tips that I want to give you today in this video without confusing and blowing your mind with a lot of information. But I hope this gives you a little bit of perspective into what you need to be doing in terms of your funds and income. The key to submitting a successful Canada student visa application is by preparing early. So if you really want to prepare early, get in touch with me. My team can help you. So if you really want to prepare early, obviously I have a company called Connected Education where we help students like you with your entire admissions, visa, and career development journey. If you're a student or a parent, just watch this and please take actions, because your objective is not to wait. Your objective is to get your Canada student visa approved. So do whatever it takes to get it done right and get it done right the first time you do it, so you don't have to go through the stress related to this whole thing. That being said, hope this video helped a lot, and if you really want to download the cost of study guide, make sure to download it from the link below or find it in the comments sections. Also, if you want help with your study abroad journey, make sure to reach out to us. You can simply send us a message, or if you download the cost of study guide, it's going to take you to a page where you can sign up to get in touch with my team. That being said, I will see you in the next video, and I wish you all the best with your study abroad journey. Ciao.